Service is the name of the game for this video. We are going to talk about service in a practical way to give you ideas of how you can go about doing service for your confirmation preparation and beyond. We're going to be tackling service as a topic of our Faith in Action again in the next 4 sessions because service is such an important part of being a Christian. I wanted to give you the practical applications of how we can go about providing service to our family, our community, and our church right off the bat so you can get working on putting your faith into action. So, why do we do service in the first place? If we are faithful, if we love Jesus, we love the Holy Spirit, we love God the Father, if we love God truly, then we put that faith into action. Jesus says to love one another as I have loved you, and Jesus was all about putting others before us. So we need to ask ourselves as we prepare for confirmation, WWJD, what would Jesus do? Because the answer is pretty simple. Jesus would love his neighbor, and loving your neighbor means putting them first. Loving your neighbor means doing service for others. As part of your confirmation preparation, we are going to ask you to do service to your family, your church, and your community. When you write a letter to the bishop near the end of your confirmation preparation, you will have to explain to him how you have done service in all of these 3 areas. It is a little harder to do during the pandemic. I recognize that. And so I thought I would give you some practical ideas of how you can still do service to your family, your church, and your community during the times of the pandemic. Keeping in mind that these are only examples, okay? You can do service to your family, your church, and your community far beyond what I'm presenting here. And when things start to open up, when we have a better handle on the coronavirus, that will open more doors for you to become active with your church and your community. Service to family. Now, again, these are just examples. You can go far beyond this, but something as simple as making dinner for your family so that, gives your mom or your dad or whomever does the cooking a little bit of a break, taking that off of their plates. Doing extra chores without being asked. As part of a family, you are probably required to do some chores, making your bed or vacuuming or doing the dishes, and that's wonderful. And actually doing that is being part of a family. You should do that. But if you're going over and above, you're doing extra chores without being asked, you notice that it's trash day, so you take the trash out, and nobody told you to take the trash out. Or, you notice that your brother is really struggling with his homework and he's not going to have enough time to get his chores done. So you do those chores for your brother. That is a good example of doing service for your family. Something as simple as calling your grandparents and having a chat. Oftentimes our grandparents or, people who don't live with us don't see us. They don't hear from us very often. Parents left. Person once gave me a piece of advice that if you can, call your grandparents. It's a gift. I took that advice to heart and had several nice conversations with my grandmother before she passed, and I treasure those. So call your grandparents. It's a gift to you, and it's a gift to them, and it's service. Babysitting your little brothers and sisters. I know most of you already do this, but doing it without complaining and doing it with a joyful heart will orient yourself towards service and love of others. Service to the church. Again, here are some ideas. We are back at Mass. For those of you who feel comfortable coming to Mass safely, we are really looking for greeters, people to check people in from the Sign Up Genius, people to take temperatures and make sure that people are using hand sanitizer and being safe as they enter the church. Serving as an altar server or a lector. We are working on doing remote trainings for these, so you can actually be trained at home and then come in and serve in that capacity. Anytime you serve in a liturgical ministry, it is service to the church. Help organize and run programs. Again, a lot of our programs are online right now, but Mary Lippert is still organizing, packets for her faith formation for the younger kids, things like that. We're obviously hoping in the future to be able to have Vacation Bible School and our Easter egg hunts and things of that sort. When we have those events, we will put up Sign Up Genius, or we'll just put out a call for volunteers. Anytime you volunteer for something like that, you are doing service to the church. The youth group, Rooted Youth Group, which I strongly recommend that you get involved with. We're meeting mostly virtual this year as of right now, but we collect the pop cans for the church and take them back, and all of the money goes to help people in the youth group go to mission trips and retreats. Next year, if it's still being held, we're planning on going to National Catholic Youth Conference, and the money from the pop cans will help to send people there. So we need people to take those back. And there will be some service projects coming up where there will be limited number of people for safe social distancing that we will need to help. I'm looking at the Advent and Christmas stuff that we do. I've already had a call asking for help with the giving tree and asking for help setting up the church for Christmas, the Christmas trees and the decorations. That kind of stuff, we will put out sign-ups anytime that we have opportunities for you to do that. And finally, service to the community. Getting involved with a charitable organization like Habitat for Humanity, which I believe are still doing outside builds, again, practicing safe social distancing, is a great way to not only get involved, but stay involved past your confirmation. Donating things like clothes, toys, money, canned goods to good cause also is a great way to serve the community. Social justice, or justice for all people, is something that's very central to Catholic social teaching. Writing letters to your state representatives about justice issues that you're passionate about is a way of serving as an advocate for those people and serving in that capacity. Writing letters or cards to people in nursing homes or in the hospital and brightening their day is a great way to spread the joy of Christ. Volunteering at a food pantry. Again, if you are safe or feel safe in doing so, we actually do have a food pantry at St. Jude. There are many food pantries and soup kitchens around that still are meeting the needs of the homeless. Call them first to see what their volunteer capacity is and go from there. Picking up trash on the side of the road, adopt a highway, or even just in yards or at the school. Picking up trash is a great way to serve the environment and the community. In the next 4 sessions, we're going to talk more about putting your faith into action and what that means as far as your preparation process. But this is just a practical way to go about getting started and asking yourself, what would Jesus